This is about self-control. I have actually produced the video before, which is how to become how to be self-controlled. Here, self-discipline and self-control are like work hand in hand. One is not possible without the other. So these are working, like this, like a cycle, and one after the other. So both are required for us to uh, achieve or to live life effectively and efficiently. So our effort is to be effective and efficient. For that, we need self-control and self-discipline. So I have already uploaded a self-discipline video for which I already suggested the visualization, already suggested Parkinson's and 80-20 rule. So in this, what I'm suggesting is, here is all about inner strength. We're always talking about outer temptations, outer attractions, outer funds, outer entertain in the sense, outer, and then that process. We want ease and fun because of from the outside in. Outside in means we are stimulated through our senses by hearing and by seeing and by our taste and by our skin, and all these five senses are actually stimulating and giving the giving the food for our inner mind, for our minds. That mind is already conditioned, or it is already having that self, that patterns which is already in the form of habits or beliefs. We already have that, and now because of on seeing those stimulus, and we are acting, we are reacting. So we are getting fun and ease, and we are feeling at ease because of that, and we are feeling excited on seeing the outside world, and on which our mind is getting that same rewards, and like that we are performing those activities for our, as a part of our habits and routines. And but we want to improve, but we want to change. That is happening once in a blue moon, but not happening on daily basis. So this is where self-control, where self-discipline we want. That's why it's all about inner, inside out. Self-control and self-discipline is starting from self. Self means your inner values, inner character. Self means your character. So this character is there. So this character is already some way it is formed, but that can be changed, that can be improved, if at all, if that need is there. And need is there not out, but in, you know most of us don't do don't there is, see, what is this outside world. When you are seeing the world through your eyes, okay, that is called you are taking outside in. But as you see the Shiva, which is that Trinetra, it is inward eye. When you see that inward means when you see the thoughts, when you see the inner nature of your world, it's all about seeing the thoughts. That's, you can say, observing thoughts, evaluating the thoughts, creating the thoughts. Creating the thoughts, why do we create the outside world? Why do we create YouTube? Why do we create Bahubali movie? Why do we create something? For example, for Rajamouli, why did he create Bahubali? Why did he create? He created not for the benefit of the viewers. We feel entertained, excited, wonderful. We feel wonderful while watching Bahubali, but after that, watching, are we really getting the benefit of watching that movie? No. We feel good. We feel, you know, wonderful about the movie, but what about our life? Our life is it improved on watching that movie? No. Is it really changed our character, our behavior, and to live a better way? No. So if we say, if it is not improving us, if it is not improving us in that sense, then what is the point of wasting 2.5 hours time, which can be utilized in doing some form of exercising, in doing something which is going to benefit us healthy, which is making us healthy, better improve our relationships, and doing something good for ourselves as well as for this community which we are living. And here we are not doing that part of life which has actually long term benefits, actually long term meaningful to live a meaningful life, because of our sensual pleasures. Temporary, these are all temporary, because what we are getting from the senses, it's all temporary. So this is fleeting moments, it's not going to last longer. For that matter, you see that self-control is nothing but seeing that inner picture rather than outer picture, like as Bahubali, seeing that inner picture. If you see that Bahubali inside in your mind, means what? You must understand. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's excited. For example, if you sit in meditation posture, you feel bored because your mind always wants outside stimulus because it is habituated so. You get a lot of ideas, and you can't bear it. Don't confront those thoughts. Now you see, observe it. You say to yourself, let me see what are the thoughts coming into my mind. On saying that thing, your thoughts stop to come. Then where your mind is absolutely calm, in that calmness you find the strength, find the inner strength to make your mind stable. And where these ripples, where this ripples from in your mind is not there, then you can see the reality of the world. You can see the nature of things in the real sense. That calmness will gives you the strength. The serenity is the strength. So don't go after outside pleasures, outside impulses. You know, pleasure is a feels like a happiness in that moment of that moment, but it's not happiness. It's not happiness. Happiness needs to come from inside. That inside is to be created consciously, not from others, but from our own vision and from our own anticipation of the future. If we don't anticipate how our future from now on up to next, from next day, for the next year, or for the next 5 years, or for the next 10 years or 20 years, if we don't anticipate the future, how it's supposed to be, how I visualize it, how I dreamt it, then that is not going to excite us to be in that set direction. So it is to be done repeatedly. We say that it is to be done once, then our work is done. Now, never. Because any picture is holds our mind temporarily. So that might be from outside, that might be from inside. We have to see it. From inside means have to see it, but it's free. For going Bahubali movie, we have to pay some money, but here absolutely free. But we are not doing that free things, because we are doing those things which are actually paying. For example, you go to gym rather than doing that same exercise at home. Why? Because going for gym is not free. We have already paid for that, so we think by I already paid for that, so it's better to utilize that money. That's and by paying that we are doing it. Otherwise, if we don't pay any money to gym, we don't go. So in the same way, if we really promise somebody that as I am going to do 1 hour exercise, otherwise I will pay you. Okay, I am going to do every day 1 hour exercise after wake up, or whenever in the evening or morning. Then if you are really promised it, and otherwise I will pay you 1000, or I will give you that thing which you wanted. Then if you promise to your near and dear ones who is make you accountable, in that sense you will do it. Then that is called self-discipline. And now that control comes through, after control means what? Stability, calmness. When you have that calm and serenity of mind, and then that control comes. And it's all about you, as I already told you, discipline and control are work hand in hand. So when you are in the moment of doing something, for example, starting a video initially is a difficult thing to take that decision. But after getting into that video, then it will be continued through 1 hour also. Just because I've started that activity, and as per Newton's first law of motion, whenever there is no other stimulus or external force for me to act for another thing, then I keep on doing the same thing. So initially that task might be a to switch on to the next task, or switch on to the another task is not uh, easy. In that sense, you have to give that initial we have to break through that inertia, law of inertia. So break to that inertia, that's very much needs our will. So for taking any decision, we need that willpower, and then getting to that action is so easy. So that decision is to be happened so easily, for which we need a solid workable plan, and make that plan worked out well. And you must visualize the plan well. After, it's not visualized to be once, it needs to be visualized thrice or twice or thrice during the daytime, so that you feel excited to perform the activities which needs to be done. And so as per the plan, and after that completion, we also need to maintain the checklist means if that job was done, we have to check it out in the same way, check it out. And if that gives that push for the another activity, that leads to the motivation, that leads to another activity, and you are ticking out those activities which you have completed, that gives a sense of accomplishment. Then that is where you do you know, good things. You do things. Thank you so much, and be prepared for the day. Do it. Do it now and here. Don't waste a single spur of the event now. Do it.